China rising as a central player, ending the world dominance of the West, and the emergence of increasingly powerful non-Western countries. These are the scenarios award-winning journalist and author Martin Jacques lay out in the global bestseller When China Rules the World, The End of the Western World and the Birth of a New Global Order. Fueled by deep interest in East Asia since 1993, Jacques' book has been translated into 11 languages and has sold over 250,000 copies since it was published in 2009. It saw the publication of a second edition this year. Today, at a time when the ASEAN is pushing for ASEAN unity and ASEAN leaders try to solve their territorial disputes, and organizations like the International Monetary Fund sees financial integration as the best way for Asian countries to go, could the region be on the way to seeing the manifestation of a new global order?
All right, joining us on Hard Copy, the author of this book, which is a global bestseller, When China Rules the World, The End of the Western World and the Birth of a New Global Order, British journalist Martin Jacques is with us this morning. Thank you for coming.
Let's start by saying happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I was going to say you are the perfect birthday guest. It cannot get any special than this.
I'm going to spoil it.
No, don't spoil it. No, first. Let's start first with the book. This is the second edition of When China Rules the World. So let's start with this. It's the first book that you wrote in 2008. Is it still out in the market?
Yeah, that's the first edition. But this is hugely updated.
Huge. So what is the difference of the first and the second book?
Well, basically, I wrote it. I revised the second edition in the light of the financial crisis because when I finished the first edition, it had only just broken.
Okay.
So that's the main big add-on, if you like, because the world shifted a lot since that crisis. And meanwhile, one of the problems with China for an author is it changes so quickly. So, 3 years is nothing. Actually.
Yes.
But in Chinese tiny terms, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So it took me 22 months to revise it.
Okay. All right. Before your personal profile first, why the interest specifically in China? I mean, you're a British journalist, and people would think that when you speak, you would lecture about how the West would be bouncing back soon.
You mean I come from that remote island off the northwest coast
All
of
right.
Europe, where the weather is,
exactly.
not like...
All right.
Well,
why the interest in China? You know about China so well.
Well, what happened was I didn't know anything about China until 1993. And because you're right, I majored. I always wrote on Britain, especially Britain, on politics, culture, etc. And also Europe and to some extent the West. But I didn't know anything about this part of the world. I'd been to Japan once, but that was only for a conference. And then I thought, let's do something different. And I went on holiday in 1993 to this part of the world. I went to southern China, Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I was gobsmacked. I mean, this was it was the turning point of my life. Actually, for two reasons. Firstly, because I was fascinated by the sheer scale and speed of the change.
Yeah.
And secondly, I fell in love with my wife.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's start with that. And coming from the title, When China Rules the World, you said you were shocked with the speed of the change. But China is a very unique country in the sense that you had written the behavior of China is different. Number one, you consider part of the success of China that it does not consider itself to be a nation state, but more of a civilization state. Can you expound on that? What would make that different from, let's say, parts of Europe?
Well, I think what you say is absolutely crucial. Absolutely crucial. By and large, people, especially in the West, but across the world, tend to try and make sense of China in Western terms. Why in Western terms? Because the West's been dominant for 200 years. But China, you can't make sense of China in Western terms because China is so historically and culturally different from the West. Always has been, is now, and always will be.
Yeah,
So,
and even from its neighboring countries, it's very different. Even from the Philippines, we're nothing like how China is run.
there's a Western conceit that as China modernizes, it will become a Western-style society. It will not become a Western-style society.
Ever? So you believe democracy in China is not happening?
No, I think democracy in China is and will happen, but it will happen in a very Chinese way. It will not simply be, a mirror image of the American political system.
Okay.
God forbid.
Yeah. Okay.
So it will remain very distinctive. And the thing, now, why is it so different? Well, China has existed within roughly its present borders since 221 BC. That is 2,000 years. It's only called itself a nation state since around 1900. That's a bit more than 100 years.
Okay.
So for 2,000 years, China was something different. And in my opinion, is still primarily different. And that is its touchstone, its defining characteristic and sense of what it is that it's a civilization.
Now,
a
how-
civilization
yes.
state.
How does that affect their success today? Let's move it in present day. This idea of a civilization state, that kind of thinking, that mode, how does that affect their success?
Well, I think that China is China. Well, two things. First of all, China is huge. Somehow, this old empire, what it was, has kept together where all the other empires have disappeared
Yes.
in a most remarkable way. So the huge centrifugal forces that you get with that size have been combated, if you like, or countervailed by powerful centrifugal forces which have kept the place together with great difficulty over a long period. So when China is sort of working well, all of those play to its strength, if you like,
Okay.
which is the size is part of its strength. When it's falling apart, as has happened in the century of humiliation and so on, then during those periods, China gets into big trouble. But this is a very benign period for China, where things are working very much in
Yes.
its favour.
Okay.
And the second thing I think is that what you've got at the core of China is a very, very sophisticated culture, something which is deeply familiar with how to run a huge country, an extremely advanced form of governance.
You call the governance advanced.
Yes,
What is that?
I think China has the most competent state in the world.
Mhm.
China knows how to run things. Now, when we talk about governance in the West,
Yes.
we only talk about how we elect and select.
Yeah. Or more red tape or government intervention, which usually business does not.
Yeah, we're very reticent about the state in the West. The Chinese are not reticent about the state. The Chinese think the state is absolutely crucial to China. It is probably, with the family, the most defining institution of China. So the state in China, the Chinese don't talk about election and selection that way. They talk about the competence of the state, how good it is in delivering.
Okay.
And if you look at the last 30 years of China's growth and transformation and so on, the state has presided over what I would argue is the most remarkable economic transformation in modern history.
That's
And
true.
it's a poor country.
Yeah.
And
And
so,
why is that? That's the biggest irony of it all. China is known for building things even before you need them.
Yeah.
They spend, I think, 5 or 8% of their GDP on infrastructure, and yet you say they're still a poor country.
yeah. Well, they are a poor country in terms. If you look at the income per head of the Chinese, 1/5 of the income of Americans, and half the population still lives in the countryside, and the people who live in the countryside are still poor. I mean, despite everything that's happened. So what you've got, okay, it's true. By 2080, the Chinese economy will be larger than the American economy. But the reason for that is essentially it's got a lot of people,
Yeah.
1.3 billion people.
But is that the only reason? I mean, India would have roughly the same. Clearly in your book, it's not just the number of people, but the fact that people living in China believe that literally they are one race. Their goal is to keep themselves united.
Yeah.
You had said that.
Yeah, this is very important, and it's a very good point you raised. I mean, the Chinese have, there is something remarkable about China. It's this huge country, 1.3 billion people, and over 90% of them think they're of one race.
Yes.
The Han.
Yeah.
Of
And
course,
that would matter when you're running, when you're trying to build a country.
it's the glue.
It's the
It's
glue.
the cement that
That's
holds
true.
the place together.
Yes.
Of course, China is a product of countless races.
Yeah.
But historically, over a long period of time, the sense of difference between them has been eroded. And you've got this very, very powerful sense of a Han identity. And it's the Han identity, really, which defines China.
Okay. All right. And more than that, another thing that was interesting that you pointed out was this. When, during the Hong Kong handover, you had said that the world was thinking, that's not going to work. You look at that, when China takes over Hong Kong is going to be communist, or Hong Kong's going to lose its luster. And China did something surprising.
It did.
Yes, nobody predicted China to do that.
What it offered was one country, two systems. It said, we will, Hong Kong, as long as Hong Kong accepts
Comes
our
back to
sovereignty,
us, yeah.
it can keep its present system. It can keep its